Full medames, or simply fuːl, is an Egyptian dish of cooked and mashed fava beans served with vegetable oil, cumin and optionally with chopped parsley, onion, garlic, and lemon juice. A staple meal in Egypt, especially in the northern sites of Cairo and Gizah, it is also a popular meal in Sudan and is a common part of the cuisines of the Levant, Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Yemen and Saudi Arabia. History: the roots of full medames can be traced to ancient Egypt. Quantities of beans have been found in 12th dynasty tombs. Fava beans were also mentioned in the Bible and Hittite texts. Ramses II of Egypt is known to have offered 11,998 jars of beans to the god of the Nile. Some writers have suggested that beans were not commonly cultivated in ancient Egypt, and Herodotus in the 5th century BC, mentions the fact that the Egyptians never sow beans, and even if any happen to grow wild, they will not eat them either raw or boiled. The earliest evidence of the use of full is a cache of 2,600 dried wild beans unearthed at a late Neolithic site on the outskirts of Nazareth, Israel. Some believe that the word medames was originally Coptic, meaning buried, and its use here might mean that the beans are buried in the pot. This cooking method is mentioned in the Talmud Yerushalmi, indicating that the method was used in Middle Eastern countries since the 4th century. Although there are countless ways of embellishing fuːl, the basic recipe remains the same. Once the fuːl is cooked, it is salted and eaten plain or accompanied by olive oil, corn oil, butter, clarified butter, buffalo milk, bar copyright camel sauce, bastırma, fried or boiled eggs, tomato sauce, garlic sauce, tahini, fresh lemon juice, or other ingredients. In the Middle Ages, the making of fuːl in Cairo was monopolized by the people living around the Princess Baths, a public bath in a tiny compound near today's public fountain of Mohammed Ali Pasha, a block north of the two elegant minarets of the Mosque of Sultan Mu'awiyah, unregistered trademark Ayad Sheikh above the 11th century Bab Zuwaylah Gate. During the day, bath attendants stoked the fires heating the kutras, huge pots of bath water. Wood was scarce, so garbage was used as fuel and eventually a dump grew around the baths. When the baths closed, the red embers of the fires continued to burn. To take advantage of these precious fires, huge kutras were filled with fava beans, and these cauldrons were kept simmering all night, and eventually all day too, to provide breakfast for Cairo's population. Cookshops throughout Cairo would send their minions to the Princess Baths to buy their wholesale fuːl. Fuːl is prepared from the small, round bean known in Egypt as fuḥl. The beans are cooked until very soft. Other kinds of fava beans used by Egyptian cooks are fuḥl rahma, large kidney-shaped fava beans, and fuḥl balada, country beans, of middling size. Fuḥl marbit is fava bean sprouts, fuḥl uqwa is fresh fava beans, and fuḥl madshoush is crushed fava beans. Other countries. Full medames was exported from Egypt to other parts of the Arabic-speaking world, as well as other parts of Africa and Asia, but particularly to the Levant and the Horn of Africa. Full is a popular breakfast meal in Syria, especially Aleppo. The fava beans are left simmering in large copper jars throughout the night, to be served from the next morning on. The beans swim in tahini and olive oil, completed with a hint of red pepper paste over the top. In Israel, the dish is eaten mainly in hummus. It is served on a bed of hummus, where it is called hummus full. In Somalia, full is eaten with a pancake-like bread called lakshuks. It is also part of Ethiopian cuisine, where it is one of the only dishes not served with Ethiopia's traditional injera. Instead, full is served with standard flour bread, often providing a communal kitchen for patrons seeking to bake such types of breads. The beans are topped, or mixed with, a combination of oil and berbere. In Malta, full bitum is usually associated with fasting during Lent and Good Friday. The beans are soaked in water overnight, cooked in oil with garlic and fresh or dried mint, then dressed with olive oil or vinegar before serving. Nutritional information: a typical recipe of full medames has the following nutritional analysis per 200 g, calories 342, total fat, 27, saturated fat, 4, cholesterol, 0, carbohydrates, 20, protein, 7. See also: List of African dishes, List of Ethiopian dishes and foods, references. External links.